In today's fast-paced, technology-driven world, the place of faith in human life is being quietly but steadily reshaped. The rhythm of modern existence leaves little room for reflection, silence, or spiritual awareness. Instead, it is filled with constant notifications, endless streams of content, and an unrelenting pressure to stay connected and productive. Where once people paused to contemplate deeper meanings, many now scroll, swipe, and chase the next moment of stimulation. Faith, which traditionally required patience, discipline, and inward focus, now finds itself competing with forces designed to capture attention and never let go. One of the most powerful influences shaping this shift is the rise of social media. These platforms promise connection, yet often deliver comparison. They create a world where individuals measure their worth through likes, shares, and followers. In such an environment, the idea of inner peace or spiritual fulfillment can feel distant or even irrelevant. The focus moves outward toward how one is perceived rather than who one truly is. Faith, which encourages humility and sincerity, struggles to coexist with a culture that rewards visibility and performance. As people invest more time curating their online identities, they may unintentionally neglect the cultivation of their inner selves. Consumerism further intensifies this struggle. Modern society constantly promotes the idea that happiness can be bought, that fulfillment lies just one purchase away. Advertisements are carefully crafted to create desires, convincing people that they are incomplete without certain products or lifestyles. This endless cycle of wanting and acquiring can distract from deeper spiritual needs. Faith often teaches contentment, gratitude, and detachment from material excess, but these values can feel out of place in a culture that thrives on dissatisfaction. When success is defined by accumulation, it becomes easy to forget the importance of meaning, purpose, and connection with something greater than oneself. The pursuit of success also plays a significant role in shaping modern priorities. From a young age, individuals are encouraged to strive for academic excellence, professional achievement, and financial stability. While these goals are not inherently negative, they can become all-consuming. Long working hours, intense competition, and the fear of falling behind leave little time or energy for spiritual growth. Faith, which requires commitment and reflection, may be postponed or sidelined in the name of ambition. Over time, this can create a life that appears successful on the outside but feels empty within. This shift has led to a noticeable gap between belief and practice. Many people continue to identify as religious or spiritual, holding on to traditions, rituals, or cultural identities associated with faith. However, their daily choices and behaviors may not always align with these beliefs. This disconnect is not always intentional. It often arises from the pressures and distractions of modern life. When time is limited and attention is divided, faith can become something that is acknowledged rather than actively lived. It may be reserved for special occasions or moments of crisis rather than integrated into everyday decisions. The consequences of this gap can be subtle but significant. When faith is not actively practiced, it can lose its transformative power. It becomes a label, a part of identity that is worn rather than experienced. This can lead to a sense of confusion or dissatisfaction as individuals struggle to reconcile their beliefs with their actions. They may feel that something is missing, even if they cannot clearly define what it is. The absence of a strong spiritual foundation can also make it more difficult to navigate challenges, as there is less guidance and fewer inner resources to draw upon. At the same time, it would be inaccurate to say that faith has disappeared. Rather, it has been pushed to the margins, competing for space in lives that are already crowded. In many cases, it remains present but overshadowed by more immediate concerns. People may still turn to faith in moments of hardship, seeking comfort, hope, or answers. This suggests that the need for faith has not diminished. Instead, it has been obscured by the demands of modern living. Beneath the surface, there is still a longing for meaning and connection that material success alone cannot satisfy. The reality of this situation raises important questions about the direction in which society is moving. If faith is no longer at the center of decision-making, what takes its place? Often the answer is convenience, personal gain, or social approval. Decisions are made based on what is easiest, most profitable, or most popular, rather than what is morally or spiritually right. This can lead to ethical compromises and a weakening of values that once guided individuals and communities. Without a strong sense of purpose, rooted in faith, it becomes easier to lose sight of what truly matters. There is also a psychological dimension to consider. The constant exposure to curated images of success and happiness can create feelings of inadequacy and anxiety. People may feel pressured to meet unrealistic standards, leading to stress and dissatisfaction. Faith, with its emphasis on acceptance, gratitude, and trust, offers an alternative perspective. It encourages individuals to find peace within themselves, rather than seeking validation from external sources. However, this message can be difficult to hear in a world that is constantly telling people they need more, do more, and be more. Despite these challenges, there are signs that many individuals are beginning to recognize the limitations of a purely materialistic approach to life. Some are seeking ways to reconnect with their spiritual roots, carving out moments of stillness in the midst of chaos. They are questioning the idea that success and happiness are solely defined by external achievements. This awareness suggests that faith still has a role to play, even in a rapidly changing world. It may not look the same as it did in the past, but its essence remains relevant. The challenge then is not simply to preserve faith, but to rediscover its place in modern life. This requires a conscious effort to prioritize what truly matters, to create space for reflection and connection. It involves recognizing that faith is not just a set of beliefs, but a way of living that influences choices, actions, and relationships. It calls for a balance between engaging with the world and maintaining a sense of inner grounding. Ultimately, the question is not whether faith can survive in today's world, but whether individuals are willing to nurture it amidst competing demands. The distractions of modern life are powerful, but they are not insurmountable. By becoming more aware of how time and attention are spent, people can begin to make choices that align more closely with their values. This may involve small but meaningful changes, such as setting aside time for reflection, practicing gratitude, or making decisions based on principles rather than convenience. The reality of faith in today's world is complex. It is neither entirely lost nor fully embraced. It exists in a state of tension, shaped by forces that both challenge and sustain it. While modern distractions and materialism have made it more difficult to live a faith-centered life, they have also highlighted the need for something deeper. In a world that often feels fragmented and uncertain, faith offers a sense of continuity and purpose. As individuals navigate this landscape, they are faced with a choice. They can allow faith to remain at the margins, overshadowed by the demands of modern life, or they can bring it back to the center, allowing it to guide their decisions and shape their experiences. This choice is not always easy, but it is essential. For without a sense of meaning and direction, even the greatest achievements can feel hollow. In the end, faith is not simply about belief. It is about presence. It is about how one lives, how one treats others, and how one understands the world. In a time when distractions are abundant and material success is highly valued, choosing to live with faith requires intention and courage. Yet it is precisely this choice that can bring depth, clarity and fulfillment to a life that might otherwise be defined by constant motion and fleeting satisfaction. In a world marked by rapid change and unpredictability, uncertainty has become a constant part of human experience. Economic instability, social tensions, global conflicts, and personal struggles often leave individuals feeling overwhelmed and unsure of what lies ahead. In such an environment where answers are not always clear and control seems limited, faith emerges as a quiet but powerful source of strength. It offers something that external circumstances cannot always provide: a sense of stability within, a belief that even in the midst of chaos, there is meaning, purpose, and hope. When people face uncertainty, one of the first emotions they encounter is anxiety. The human mind naturally seeks clarity and security, but when the future feels unpredictable, it can lead to fear and restlessness. Faith has the ability to calm this inner turmoil by shifting the focus from what cannot be controlled to what can be trusted. It encourages individuals to believe that life is not random or meaningless, but guided by a greater wisdom. This belief does not necessarily remove challenges, but it changes how they are perceived. Instead of seeing difficulties as overwhelming obstacles, they can be viewed as part of a larger journey, one that carries lessons, growth, and eventual understanding. The power of faith becomes especially evident during times of hardship. When people experience loss, failure, or disappointment, they often search for something that can help them endure the pain. Material possessions, achievements, or social status offer little comfort in such moments. Faith, however, provides a deeper form of support. It gives individuals the strength to continue when everything else seems to be falling apart. It reminds them that they are not alone, that their struggles have meaning, and that there is hope beyond the immediate circumstances. This sense of connection to something greater can be a source of immense resilience, allowing people to rise even after the most difficult setbacks. In addition to providing emotional strength, faith also offers a sense of purpose. In a world where many feel lost or uncertain about their direction, faith acts as a guiding light. It answers fundamental questions about why we are here and what our lives should stand for. This sense of purpose can be incredibly empowering, especially in times of crisis. When individuals know what they believe in and what they are striving for, they are better equipped to face challenges with determination and clarity. Purpose gives meaning to suffering, transforming it from something purely negative into an opportunity for growth and transformation. Another important aspect of faith is the inner peace it brings. Modern life is often characterized by constant noise, pressure, and distraction. People are expected to meet high expectations, manage multiple responsibilities, and keep up with a fast-paced environment. This can lead to stress, burnout, and a sense of emptiness. Faith offers a refuge from this chaos. It encourages moments of stillness, reflection, and connection with the inner self. Through prayer, meditation, or quiet contemplation, individuals can find a sense of calm that is not dependent on external circumstances. This inner peace acts as a foundation, allowing them to remain steady even when the world around them is uncertain. Faith also plays a crucial role in shaping moral values and guiding behavior. In times of uncertainty, it can be tempting to act out of fear, self-interest, or desperation. However, faith provides a framework for making ethical decisions. It encourages compassion, honesty, patience, and integrity, even when these qualities are difficult to maintain. This moral compass is especially important in a world where values can sometimes feel blurred or compromised. By grounding individuals in principles that go beyond immediate gain, faith helps create a sense of stability and trust, both within oneself and in relationships with others. The sense of belonging that faith provides is another source of strength. Human beings are inherently social, and in times of difficulty, the support of others becomes even more important. Faith often brings people together, creating communities built on shared beliefs and values. These communities offer encouragement, understanding, and a sense of unity. Knowing that others share similar struggles and hopes can reduce feelings of isolation and loneliness. It creates an environment where individuals can support one another, not just materially, but emotionally and spiritually as well. Interestingly, it is often during the most challenging times that faith becomes stronger. When life is comfortable and predictable, people may take their beliefs for granted or place less emphasis on spiritual matters. However, when faced with crisis, the need for meaning and support becomes more urgent. This can lead to a deeper exploration of faith, a renewed commitment, and a stronger connection to one's beliefs. In this way, adversity can act as a catalyst for spiritual growth. It pushes individuals to look beyond the surface and seek answers that are more profound and enduring. The relevance of faith in today's world is sometimes questioned, especially in an age that values science, technology, and rational thinking. Some may view faith as outdated or unnecessary, believing that modern advancements can address all of life's challenges. However, while technology can provide solutions to practical problems, it cannot fully address the emotional, psychological, and spiritual needs of human beings. Questions about meaning, purpose, and existence remain as important as ever. Faith continues to offer insights and comfort in areas where material progress alone falls short. Moreover, faith does not necessarily conflict with modern life. Rather, it can complement it. It provides a deeper dimension to human experience, one that goes beyond the visible and tangible. In a world that often prioritizes efficiency and productivity, faith reminds individuals to slow down, reflect, and consider what truly matters. It encourages a balance between external achievements and internal well-being. This balance is essential for a fulfilling and meaningful life. The challenges of the modern world, including economic pressures and mental health struggles, highlight the need for such balance. Many people experience stress, anxiety, and a sense of disconnection, despite living in an age of unprecedented convenience and opportunity. Faith addresses this gap by offering a sense of grounding and continuity. It reassures individuals that their worth is not determined solely by their achievements or circumstances, but by something deeper and more enduring. At its core, faith is about trust. Trust in a greater purpose, trust in the possibility of hope, and trust in one's ability to endure and grow. This trust can be a powerful force in overcoming fear and uncertainty. It allows individuals to face the unknown with courage, knowing that they are supported by something beyond their immediate understanding. This does not mean that doubts or questions disappear. Rather, faith provides a framework within which these uncertainties can be explored and accepted. The enduring nature of faith lies in its ability to adapt while maintaining its essence. Societies may change, values may evolve, and challenges may become more complex. But the fundamental human need for meaning and connection remains constant. Faith continues to meet this need, offering guidance and comfort in ways that are both timeless and relevant. It speaks to the deeper aspects of human existence, addressing concerns that go beyond the material and the temporary. In times of uncertainty, when the future feels unclear and the present feels overwhelming, faith stands as a reminder that there is more to life than what is immediately visible. It encourages individuals to look beyond their circumstances and find strength within themselves. It teaches patience in the face of difficulty, gratitude in the midst of challenges, and hope even when the path ahead is uncertain. Ultimately, the strength of faith lies not in its ability to eliminate problems, but in its capacity to transform how they are experienced. It turns fear into courage, despair into hope, and confusion into clarity. It provides a sense of direction when the way forward is not obvious, and a sense of peace when the world feels chaotic. In doing so, it proves that it is not a relic of the past, but a vital and dynamic force that continues to support and uplift individuals in the present. As the world continues to evolve and new challenges emerge, the role of faith is likely to remain significant. It will continue to serve as a source of strength, helping individuals navigate the complexities of life with resilience and purpose. In uncertain times when everything else seems to shift and change, faith offers something rare and valuable, a steady foundation upon which to stand, and a guiding light to move forward with confidence and hope. One of the most striking realities of the present age is the growing distance between what people claim to believe and how they actually live. Faith, for many, remains an important part of identity, something they associate with family, culture, or personal values. Yet when it comes to daily actions, decisions, and interactions with others, that same faith does not always appear as a guiding force. This gap between belief and practice is not always obvious at first glance, but it becomes clearer when words and actions are placed side by side. It raises a quiet but serious concern about the authenticity of faith in modern life. Many individuals sincerely identify themselves as people of faith. They may participate in rituals, observe traditions, and express strong beliefs in conversations. However, belief alone does not define faith in its fullest sense. Faith is meant to shape behavior, influence choices, and guide one's treatment of others. When dishonesty, selfishness, or intolerance begin to appear in everyday conduct, it creates a contradiction. The values that faith teaches, such as truthfulness, compassion, patience, and justice, are not meant to remain abstract ideals. They are meant to be lived. When they are not, the meaning of faith begins to weaken, both in the eyes of the individual and in the perception of society. This gap is not always the result of deliberate hypocrisy. Often it develops gradually under the influence of modern pressures and competing priorities. People live in environments that demand quick results, reward personal gain, and sometimes encourage compromise. In such settings, it can become difficult to consistently act according to higher principles. For example, in professional life, the pressure to succeed may lead individuals to cut corners or act unethically. In social situations, the desire to fit in may result in behavior that contradicts one's beliefs. Over time, these small compromises can accumulate, creating a pattern where faith is acknowledged but not fully practiced. Another factor contributing to this divide is the tendency to treat faith as a set of rituals rather than a comprehensive way of life. Rituals and traditions hold value as they provide structure and a sense of continuity. However, when faith is reduced to external practices alone, its deeper purpose can be lost. Performing rituals without reflecting on their meaning or applying their lessons to daily life can create a false sense of fulfillment. It allows individuals to feel connected to their beliefs without making the effort to live according to them. This can lead to a situation where faith becomes more about appearance than substance. The impact of this gap extends beyond individuals to society as a whole. When people observe a disconnect between what is preached and what is practiced, it can lead to skepticism and mistrust. Faith, which is meant to inspire and uplift, may instead be viewed as inconsistent or even insincere. This weakens its credibility and influence, especially among younger generations who are often more sensitive to issues of authenticity. They are less likely to be inspired by words alone, They look for examples that demonstrate integrity and consistency. When those examples are lacking, it becomes more difficult for faith to maintain its relevance. At the same time, it is important to recognize that this gap also reflects the complexity of human nature. People are not perfect, and living up to one's beliefs is not always easy. There are moments of weakness, doubt, and failure that are part of every human experience. The existence of a gap does not necessarily mean that faith has no value. Rather, it highlights the challenge of translating belief into action. It serves as a reminder that faith requires continuous effort, self-awareness, and growth. It is not something that can be fully achieved once and for all, but something that must be practiced and renewed each day. One of the key reasons this gap persists is the lack of self-reflection. In the busyness of modern life, individuals rarely pause to examine their actions in light of their beliefs. Without this reflection, it becomes easy to justify behavior that may not align with one's values. Faith calls for a level of honesty with oneself, a willingness to acknowledge shortcomings and strive for improvement. This process can be uncomfortable, as it requires confronting one's own inconsistencies. However, it is essential for bridging the divide between belief and practice. Another important aspect is the influence of environment and social norms. People are shaped by the cultures and communities they are part of. If dishonesty or intolerance becomes normalized within a group, individuals may adopt these behaviors without fully realizing the contradiction with their beliefs. This highlights the importance of creating environments that encourage and support the practice of values. When kindness, fairness, and integrity are reinforced by those around us, it becomes easier to live in accordance with them. True faith is often revealed not in grand gestures, but in small, everyday actions. It is reflected in how one speaks to others, how one handles responsibility, and how one responds to challenges. Acts of kindness, honesty in difficult situations, and fairness in judgment are all expressions of faith in practice. These actions may not always be visible or recognized, but they carry a quiet power. They demonstrate that faith is not just an idea, but a living reality that shapes behavior and relationships. The testing of faith, therefore, does not come only from external challenges such as criticism or changing social conditions. It comes from within, from the choices individuals make each day. Every situation presents an opportunity to either align with one's beliefs or move away from them. This ongoing process of choice is what defines the authenticity of faith. It is not enough to claim belief. One must also demonstrate it through consistent action. Bridging the gap between belief and practice requires intentional effort. It involves making conscious decisions to prioritize values over convenience or personal gain. This does not mean that individuals will always succeed, but it does mean that they are committed to trying. It requires patience, as change does not happen overnight. It also requires humility, the recognition that there is always room for improvement. By approaching faith in this way, individuals can gradually bring their actions closer to their beliefs. Education and understanding also play a role in addressing this issue. When people have a deeper understanding of their faith, they are more likely to appreciate its relevance to everyday life. This understanding goes beyond memorizing teachings. It involves reflecting on their meaning and considering how they apply in different situations. When faith is understood as a guide for living rather than a set of abstract ideas, it becomes more integrated into daily behavior. Another important element is accountability. When individuals are part of communities that encourage reflection and support growth, they are more likely to stay aligned with their values. Constructive feedback, shared experiences, and mutual encouragement can help individuals recognize and address the gap between belief and practice. This sense of accountability does not need to be harsh or judgmental. It can be based on understanding and a shared desire to improve. Ultimately, the gap between belief and practice is a challenge that calls for awareness and action. It is not something that can be ignored, as it affects both personal integrity and the broader perception of faith. At the same time, it is not an impossible problem. By taking small, consistent steps toward alignment, individuals can begin to close this gap. They can move from simply identifying with faith to truly embodying it. In doing so, they restore the meaning and credibility of faith, not through words, but through actions. They show that faith is not limited to rituals or declarations, but is present in the way one lives, treats others, and responds to the world. This transformation does not require perfection, but sincerity and effort. It is a journey that involves continual learning and growth. The reality of faith in today's world is shaped not only by external forces, but by the choices individuals make in their own lives. When belief and practice come together, faith regains its strength and relevance. It becomes a source of guidance, inspiration, and positive change. In contrast, when the gap remains wide, faith risks becoming hollow, reduced to a label without substance.